before mammals ruled the land, before birds filled the sky, before humans ever walked beside rivers and named the world around them. There was already a hunter waiting, silent, armored, unchanged. While continents shifted and oceans rose and fell, this creature endured. While forests burned, returned, and vanished again, it remained, not through speed, not through numbers, but through patience measured not in seconds, but in eras. This documentary is not just about a crocodile. It is about existence itself, about how a creature survives millions of years without evolving away from perfection, about an odyssey written not in miles, but in seasons, droughts, floods, and survival, about continuum where life, death, and rebirth feed the same river endlessly, and nothing is ever wasted. And it is about instinct, a force older than memory, sharper than intelligence, and unburdened by doubt. Tonight, you will witness how crocodiles live, how they move through their world unseen, how they hunt with precision born of stillness, how they defend territory and command entire river systems without a sound. You will see how they raise their young, guarding fragile lives in a world that shows no mercy. You will watch patience turn into violence in the blink of an eye, and you will learn what happens when one of them dies, how its absence reshapes the river, and how the entire ecosystem responds. Because when a crocodile disappears, the river does not mourn, it reorganizes. Fish redistribute, prey multiply or vanish, currents reclaim abandoned territory. Life adjusts, because in nature, balance is not emotional, it is mathematical. Stay with us until the end of this documentary. What you are about to see reveals how power, patience, and brutality shape the natural world, and why crocodiles remain among the most successful predators ever to exist. From birthing fragile sand nests, threatened by sun, flood, and scavengers, to dominance over entire river systems, earned through endurance and precision, to the final moment when their bodies return life back to the water that sustained them. This is a story written in blood, silence, and time. This is the crocodile, and this is Wildlife Chronicles, where we don't just show animals, we tell their true stories. The crocodile does not dominate the river by chance. It exists because nature never needed to improve it. Its body is a blueprint older than forests, older than the rivers it inhabits today. While trees learned to grow rings and mammals learned to regulate heat, the crocodile perfected something else: endurance. Armored scales from living shields, each one interlocked with the next, reinforced by bone beneath the skin. They absorb impact, they resist teeth and claws, they deflect the violence of a world that has tried, again and again, to erase what came before. This is not skin, this is protection shaped by extinction events. Beneath the surface, lungs collapse and expand with mechanical precision, reducing buoyancy, allowing the crocodile to sink without effort. Its heart slows, blood flow is redirected, oxygen is rationed with absolute control. Time stretches underwater, minutes pass, then hours. The river ceases to be an environment and becomes an extension of the crocodile's body, its muscles moving with the current, its presence woven into the flow itself. Eyes rise just above the waterline, placed high on the skull to see without being seen. Nostrils sealed shut, ears flatten. Pressure sensors along the jaw detect vibrations no splash can hide. Every feature serves survival. Nothing is decorative, nothing is wasted. This is not aggression, it is efficiency. The crocodile does not chase prey across open land. It does not exhaust itself in pursuit. Instead, it waits, motionless, invisible, a shadow pretending to be driftwood. Stillness becomes a weapon. Patience becomes power. A single movement too small for the untrained eye can end a life. The strike is sudden, the force is final, and the river swallows the sound. In the heat of the day, the crocodile basks along the riverbank not for comfort, but for function. The sun fuels digestion, it accelerates healing, it restores strength drained by the hunt. Even rest has purpose. Scars mark its body, like ancient symbols etched in living armor. Each one tells a story of conflict survived, of rivals challenged and driven away, of prey that resisted, of seasons endured, when food was scarce and survival was uncertain. These marks are not weakness, they are records, The crocodile does not fear age. It grows larger, stronger, more efficient with every passing year. Where other predators burn energy, the crocodile saves it. Where others adapt constantly, changing form and behavior, the crocodile remains unchanged, because perfection does not need evolution. This is existence without mercy, but without waste, no excess movement, no unnecessary violence. Every motion has purpose, every pause is intentional. The river bends around this design. Fish alter their paths. Hoofed animals hesitate at crossings. Birds watch the water longer before drinking. Silence stretches where crocodiles live, heavy with awareness. Existence here is dominance through patience, and yet, existence alone is never enough. The crocodile does not travel for adventure. It moves because survival demands it. Every journey begins at birth fragile, exposed, and already under threat. Hatchlings emerge from warm sand, no larger than a human hand. Their bodies soft, their instincts sharp but untested. Above them, birds circle. Below the surface, fish wait. Along the banks, larger crocodiles linger indifferent to bloodlines, loyal only to hunger. The river teaches quickly. Mistakes are final. Most will not survive the first season. Many will not survive the first day. Those that endure learn the language of water. They memorize the rhythm of currents where they slow, where they twist, where floating debris gathers. They learn which banks collapse after rain, which routes hide prey, which crossings invite danger. This knowledge is not taught. It is inherited through instinct and sharpened by loss. As crocodiles grow, space becomes everything. Rivers are not endless highways. They are territories divided into invisible borders, enforced not by sound or display, but by violence. A single wrong approach can mean shattered bones, torn flesh, or permanent displacement. When a stronger rival arrives, the river changes hands. The defeated do not die immediately. They leave, under cover of darkness, across cracked earth and drying mud. Exiled crocodiles crawl between waters, their bodies drag through reeds and dust, scales scraping stone, lungs burning with each breath of dry air. They are guided by instinct, older than memory and internal compass, shaped long before roads, before fences, before humans mapped the land. Some find new rivers, some claim abandoned territory, others vanish without a trace, their journeys ending unseen and unrecorded. Odysseys written in drought and flood. During dry seasons, rivers shrink into isolated pools, food disappears, competition intensifies. Crocodiles dig into mud, sealing themselves in earthen chambers, slowing their bodies, lowering their metabolism, waiting weeks, sometimes months without food or movement. When the floods return, the land dissolves, banks collapse, forests submerge, rivers spill into one another. Crocodiles travel vast distances through drowned landscapes, moving silently through treetops now underwater, reclaiming ground that once belonged to them or discovering new territories, shaped by chaos. No map records these journeys, no witness follows them from beginning to end. But every scar etched into a crocodile's armor is a mile marker, proof of battles survived, rivers crossed, rivals escaped. This odyssey never truly ends. Even dominant rulers remain alert. They do not sleep deeply. They do not relax control. A single challenger, larger, younger, hungrier, can erase decades of dominance in seconds. The river belongs only to the strongest, and only for a time, because beyond movement and survival lies something greater than territory. The continuation of the species itself. Crocodile does not travel for adventure. It moves because survival demands it. Every journey begins at birth fragile, exposed, and already hunted. Hatchlings emerge from warm sand, no larger than a human hand. Their bodies soft, their instincts sharp but untested. Birds watch from above, fish strike from below. Even larger crocodiles linger nearby, indifferent to bloodlines, loyal only to hunger. The river teaches quickly. Mistakes are final. Most will not survive the first season. Those that do learn the language of water. They memorize currents where they slow, where they twist, where debris gathers. They learn which banks collapse after rain, which crossings offer safety, and which promise death. This knowledge is not taught. It is earned. As crocodiles grow, space becomes everything. Rivers are divided into invisible borders, enforced not by sound or warning but by violence. A wrong approach can mean shattered bones or forced exile. When a stronger rival arrives, the river changes hands. The defeated do not die immediately. They leave, across cracked earth, through reeds and night air. Exiled crocodiles crawl between rivers, their bodies drag through dust and stone. Guided by instinct older than memory, some find new water, others vanish unseen. Odyssey is written in drought and flood. During dry seasons, crocodiles bury themselves in mud, slowing their bodies, surviving months without food. When floods return, the land dissolves, forests drown, rivers merge. Crocodiles travel vast distances through submerged worlds, reclaiming lost ground or discovering new territory shaped by chaos. No map records these journeys, no witness follows them, but every scar on a crocodile's body is a mile marker, proof of rivers crossed and battles survived. This odyssey never ends. Even dominant rulers remain alert. A single challenger can erase decades of control in seconds. The river belongs only to the strongest, and only for a time, because beyond movement and survival lies something greater than territory, the continuation of the species itself, and that story begins in silence. Beneath warm sand is the crocodile's final language. It does not learn the hunt, it inherits it. Every muscle tightens beneath armored skin. The water goes still. The river understands what is coming even if the prey does not. The strike is instant, no warning, no hesitation. Jaws close with a force older than fear. The death roll follows, turning resistance into surrender. This is not violence for pleasure. This is survival refined by time. Around the river, life reacts. Antelope retreat from the banks. Birds lift into the air. Fish vanish into shadow. Even apex predators pause, because instinct recognizes instinct. This is why crocodiles matter. They regulate crossings. They control populations. They keep the river balanced by reminding every species that nothing is guaranteed. But instinct alone cannot protect them anymore. Rivers are shrinking. Silence is breaking. Ancient hunters now face dangers they never evolved to survive. And if the crocodile disappears, the river will not roar in protest. It will unravel quietly. This is why stories like this must be told. Why watching matters. Why staying to the end matters. If this journey changed how you see the crocodile, let that voice be heard. If you believe ancient predators still deserve a place in the modern world, stand with them. And if there is any animal feared, forgotten, living, or extinct you want us to explore next, leave its name in the comments. Your curiosity shapes the next story we tell. Because as long as rivers flow, and as long as someone is willing to listen, the crocodile will remain, waiting, watching, remembering.